Welcome, my dear students, to Standard 10th class, Science and Technology, Part 1. Today we will study effects of electric current. In this lesson, we will cover up energy transfer in electric circuit, heating effects of electric current, magnetic effects of electric current. Energy transfer in an electric circuit. In the conducting wire, that is the wire which conducts electricity, for example copper, there are free electrons, that is these electrons tend to jump from one atom to another in the wire. The cell connected in the circuit is the source of electric current. It drives these free electrons from one end to the other. As the current flows from higher potential to lower potential, that is from positive terminal to negative terminal, since A is connected to positive terminal in the diagram and B is connected to negative terminal, the current will flow from A to B. AB is the resistor, that is it opposes the current flowing in the circuit. As the charge Q flows from A to B in time t, the work done is VQ, that is potential difference into charge, is given to the resistor. This energy is received by the resistor and is converted into heat energy, and the temperature of the resistor is increased. Thus it becomes hot. Therefore we can say that power, that is the electrical power, is equal to energy upon time, that is equal to potential difference into charge, that is VQ upon T. But Q upon T is equal to I. Therefore, P is equal to VI. Equation number 1. Heat is given by power into time. Heat is equal to VI into T, that is from equation 1. We know according to Ohm's law, we have potential difference is equal to current into resistance, that is V is equal to I into R. Substituting this value in the value of H, we get H is equal to IR into I into T, that is equal to I square RT. This is Joule's law of heating. The unit of electric power is watt. Heating effects of electric current. We have seen that the resistor gets heated when the current is passed through the circuit for time t and heat is produced. Now, if this resistor is being replaced by coil made up of an alloy nichrome, that is composition of nickel, chromium and iron, used in electric cooker, the heat produced in nichrome is been used to cook the rice in the electric cooker. Second application, when instead of resistor, tungsten wire is used in an electric bulb, melting point of tungsten being 3400 degrees Celsius, heat is produced and converted into light. These are the effects of electric current. Overloading. Several times we hear or read about a building catching fire due to short circuit. Sometimes if we switch on an equipment in our house, the electric fuse wire melts and the electric supply shuts down. The home electrical connection consists of live, neutral and earth wires. The live and the neutral wires have potential difference of 220 volts. The earth is connected to the ground. Due to a fault in the equipment, or if the plastic coating on the live and the neutral wire gives way, the two wires come in contact with each other and a large current flows through it, producing heat. If any inflammable material such as wood, cloth, plastic, etc. exists around that place, it catches fire. Therefore, a fuse is used as a precautionary measure. We have learnt about fuse wire in the previous class. As soon as high current flows in a circuit, the fuse wire melts and breaks the circuit, and any mishap is avoided. Many times, particularly in the summer season, huge electrical power is used in the evenings due to home lighting, fans, ACs, use of electricity in shops, etc. As a result, excessive current is drawn from the transformer supplying the electricity, and if the capacity of the transformer is insufficient, its fuse wire melts and the supply gets shut down. Such events occur due to overloading. Magnetic effect of electric current. Electric current and magnetic field are related to each other. Look at the first picture. The current in the circuit always flows from positive terminal to negative terminal. Therefore, in the first diagram, the current flows from A, which is connected to positive terminal, to B, which is connected to negative terminal. That is from A to B. Therefore, the deflection in the magnetic needle placed near it is towards the west. That is, the north pole is shifted towards the west. Similarly, look at the second diagram. Here, the current is reversed. That is, it flows from B to A. Then the deflection in the needle is towards the east. From this experiment, we conclude that the magnetic effect is observed because of the current in the wire. This means that electricity and magnetism are closely related. Magnetic field produced around a conductor. Look at the third diagram. Current is flowing through the copper wire, which passes through the cardboard on which iron filings are being kept. There is a magnetic needle kept on the cardboard. If the current through the wire increases, the magnetic needle deflects more as the intensity of the magnetic field also increases. If the magnetic needle is kept a little away from the wire, then the intensity of the magnetic field is negligible and the magnet will not deflect. The iron filings spread on the cardboard get arranged in concentric circles as magnetic field is produced around the conductor. The iron filings spread along the magnetic lines of force. This shows that magnetic field is produced around a conductor. Right hand thumb rule. It is convenient rule for finding out the direction of the magnetic field produced by a current flowing through an electric conductor. Imagine that you have held the conductor in your right hand in such a way that the thumb points in the direction of the current and your curled fingers around the conductor points the direction of the magnetic lines. Magnetic field produced by current through a circular loop of a conducting wire. We have learnt about the magnetic lines of force of a magnetic field produced by a current flowing through a straight conductor. What will happen to the magnetic lines of force of the field produced by a current flowing through a loop made by bending a straight wire? A circuit is completed by connecting various components as shown in the figure. As the current passes through the loop, magnetic lines of force are produced at each point on the loop. As we go away from the wire, the concentric circles representing the magnetic lines of force will become bigger and bigger. As we go towards the center of the loop, the circle becomes so big that its arc can be drawn as a straight line. In the figure, the magnetic lines of force are shown near the points P and Q only. However, they will be created near each point of the loop. Likewise, each point will produce magnetic field at the center of the loop. Thus, the intensity of magnetic field at any point produced by a current flowing through a wire is dependent on the current. Solenoid. A solenoid is a long coil of wire wrapped in many turns. When a current passes through it, it creates a nearly uniform magnetic field inside. Solenoids can convert electric current to mechanical action and are very commonly used in switches. Fleming's left-hand rule. According to Fleming, force acts on a current-carrying conductor in presence of a magnetic field. Therefore, Fleming's left-hand rule states that the left-hand thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger are stretched so that they are perpendicular to each other. If the index finger is in the direction of the magnetic field, the middle finger points in the direction of the current, then the direction of the thumb is the direction of the force of the conductor. Electric motor. A device changing electrical energy into mechanical energy is known as electric motor. Around us in our day-to-day life, an electric motor is a boon. It is used in fans, refrigerators, mixers, washing machines, computers, pumps, etc. How does this work? The electric motor consists of a rectangular loop of copper wire having resistive coating. As shown in the figure, it is placed between the north pole and the south pole of a magnet such as horseshoe magnet in such a way that its branches AB and CD are perpendicular to the direction of the magnetic field. The ends of the loop are connected to X and Y of the split rings. X and Y have outer conducting surfaces in contact with the two stationary carbon brushes. When the circuit is completed as shown in the figure, the current flows in the branch AB of the loop from A to B and the carbon brushes E and F. Since the direction of the magnetic field is from north pole to south pole, according to Fleming's left-hand rule, a force is exerted on the branch AB and pushes it down. The current in the CD branch is in the opposite direction, so that in the AB branch, a force is exerted on the CD in upward direction. In this way, the loop rotates anti-clockwise. Commercial motors run on this principle, but practical changes are made in their construction. In short, whenever a current carrying conductor, that is the rectangular coil, comes under magnetic field, that is the magnets placed at the side, there will be a force acting on the conductor, that is the rectangular coil, as a result of which it will rotate. This is conversion of electrical energy into mechanical energy. Faraday's law of induction. Whenever the number of magnetic lines of force passing through a coil changes, current is induced in the coil. This is Faraday's law of induction. The current produced in the coil is called as the induced current, and this can be shown by a solenoid. Fleming's right-hand rule. Stretch the thumb, the index finger, and the middle finger in such a way that they will be perpendicular to each other. In this position, the thumb indicates the direction of the motion of the conductor, the index finger the direction of the magnetic field, and the middle finger shows the direction of the current induced in it. Electric generator. Mechanical energy is used to rotate the current carrying coil in a magnetic field around an axle, thereby producing electricity. Look at the figure. The two ends of the coil are connected to the conducting rings R1 and R2 via carbon brushes. Both the rings are fixed to an axle, but there is a resistive coating in between the ring and the axle. The axle is rotated with the help of machine from outside. Because of this, the coil ABCD starts rotating. The stationary carbon brushes B1 and B2 are connected to the galvanometer, which shows the direction of the current in the circuit. Upon rotating the axle, the branches AB goes up and the branch CD goes down. According to Fleming's right-hand rule, electric current is produced in the branches AB and CD. In an external circuit, the current flows from B2 to B1 through the galvanometer. From this we conclude that the rectangular coil which rotates produces electric current, and that current is measured by galvanometer which is connected to the circuit.